Gunnery Sergeant Dixon knelt behind a burning wreck in the pouring rain, counting on it and the oily black smoke to provide cover for him, Lance Corporal Cabrera, and PFC Ling. He had no idea what the burning vehicle was prior to being hit with enemy ordnance, but the wing, bent and half embedded into the road, suggested some sort of an aircraft. It was certainly big enough to be an aircraft. 20 meters or so up and to the left, another smoldering pile of metal and plastic had carved a trench into the asphalt before coming to a halt in a pile of dirt. It could have been a piece of the same vehicle or an entirely different one. There were wrecks all over this war-torn city. He glanced up and around at the skyscrapers on every side of the courtyard surrounding his group. His MX-50 rifle's targeting reticle followed his every move as the AI inside his Zaps Mark III scanned every window and hole in each of the buildings for a potential threat. They were here somewhere, the Purple People Eaters. Dixon frowned at the name, and perhaps in hindsight, I should have chosen a better one. It had been almost 3 months since we had left Al-Harrison, since we had activated the node in the alien tower we found in the desert. The winds of political change were blowing through the United Earth hegemony in the wake of its conflict with galactic planetary resources. As Earth scrambled to face the new cosmic reality in which it found itself, having met the required time in service and time in grade, Leonard Dixon had been promoted by UEHMC Command to Gunnery Sergeant E7 for his exemplary performance during the Audacious campaign. A rocket screamed from a window up and to his right, crossing the courtyard in an instant to slam into a burning brawler, the VF-443 battle tank that Hegemony State Security would use to quell violent uprisings back on Earth. Except, of course, that they were not on Earth. The explosion did not do all that much to the pile of scrap metal, except to reignite some parts of it not burned out completely, or were not sufficiently soaked by pouring rain. His HUD showed the green-highlighted forms of Servani, Yashif, and another Lomalai that had come aboard after the Al-Harrison campaign, huddling behind the brawler. The IFF tag on the third Lomalai's display identified him as Suma. A flurry of plasma bolts returned along the path the missile had come, pummeling the window from where the unseen Purple People Eater had fired from, as the 3 Lomalai returned shots from hand cannons that were part of their exotic armor. The Lomalai version of suppressive fire, Dixon supposed.
"You all right, Servani?"
Dixon sent over the squad link.
"We are fine, Gunnery Sergeant,"
the alien replied.
"Duffy, you got eyes on that shooter?"
Dixon called to Corporal Duffy and Lance Corporal Lynch. The recon sniper was in another building back behind them, about 20 floors up in a ruined office, and Lynch was with him, working as a spotter.
"I had eyes on something," Duffy replied. "I'm not sure what I saw. This rain is a pain in the ass."
One of the Lomalai either grunted or huffed over the link. The link's display momentarily flashed with the tag Yashif to identify the sender. They were a desert-acclimated species, the Lomalai. Pouring rain was not something they were accustomed to. But that was the point of all this.
"Managed to get a snapshot of something before you guys hit it with plasma fire,"
Lance Corporal Lynch added.
"Sending to the squad link now."
An image file popped up on the HUD of the squad for all to review. Dixon eye-clicked to open it, and it expanded in the left half of his ocular view, half transparent, so as not to block his vision. It was a magnified still frame of the inside of the building across the way, some 35 floors up. The windows in that section had all been blown away, and steel girders were exposed with the concrete walls having taken damage long ago. The blurred and half-concealed shot of something tall and tubular, almost like a walking snake but much thicker, angled forward and hunched, could be seen ducking away from splashing plasma.
"So that's a PPE?"
asked PFC Ling as she examined the image, abbreviating the creature's species.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.